Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Ahshar, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Ahshar, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Ahshar, Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim, sincere Akim, diligently pushing his truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the Akim and Akwafim, listening and learning and sincerity. So today I'm gonna do a quick lesson. Well, it won't be that, probably won't be that quick, but a little breakdown on the tribe of Asher and some of the history according to Esau, which the research that I did, I was actually surprised the stuff that I actually learned. But I'm gonna get into the first precept. This is Genesis 30 and 13. And Leah said, "Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed." And she called his name Asher. So Asher was named basically Asher means happy in the Hebrew, Ahshar. So it says, and Leah said, "Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed." And she called his name Asher. So Ahshar was basically named happy because Leah was happy when she was born with Ahshar. Okay. Now I'm gonna get the second one. The one right here that's on right here on the screen. Matter of fact, I'll grab this one later. First I'm gonna go into some because the Brazilians and and the Colombians are the tribe of Asher. I'm gonna go into some Brazilian fighters because matter of fact, when I was looking into it, right, I was because you follow my channel, you know I used to do MMA. So and one of the styles that I learned was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So when I looked into the people basically who founded it, which was the Gracies, I looked into it and look what I found. This is what it says. Colinhos is one of the 21 children fathered by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu co-founder Carlos Gracie. He has three children. So basically, what the point I brought this up was because their father, they had it was 21 children between them, right? And that's the stuff that Jake be doing. They be having a lot of kids. But the point is, yeah, that was really the point for me bringing them up. But I'm gonna get into watch this. I'm looking at this a while back. Watch this. What's his name? I ain't looking to this stuff in a long time. So hopefully I don't get flagged for playing this.
Someone out there is killing puppets. We're gonna catch
Yo! I'm gonna have to ice my junk!
I'm right here.
So this is a Brazilian right here. His name is Anderson Silva. He basically he one of his favorite fighter is Muhammad Ali. But I'm gonna let it play.
Boss man, I got this, yeah.
But yeah, you pretty much get the point. Like this is the type of people that's coming out of Brazil. But I'm gonna get into some of the history. Um, so Brazil, the name Brazil came from one of the first exports that they was getting from Brazil called Brazil wood, which they use for red dye and bows and string instruments. So also I got like a few notes written down on the paper. So then Brazilian slaves, well, slavery in Brazil was they when they so called when they so called abolished it, ended in 1888. It was the last country in the Western world to abolish slavery. So going down, so according to Esau, Brazil is the largest population of people of African descent, with the exception of Nigeria. So basically, in other words, what they're saying is, um, when the slave trade was happening, it was the Atlantic slave trade was happening. They was getting all the jakes from West Africa. More slaves went to Brazil than any place on the planet. And then they gave you a number. This is it says 4.9 million um slaves was brought to Brazil from Africa. And then it says and then they said, just to give you a number, right? It says America only received 3.5% of of um basically, I'm gonna say it just how they were saying, America only received 3.5% of African slaves. Brazil received 40% of African slaves, and they said Brazil was the highest place of all the planet that received African slaves. So more Jakes went to Brazil than any place on the planet out of West Africa. More went to Brazil than any place on the planet, which I thought America got the most, but yeah, I guess that was something new I just learned as I was doing this. So then it says yeah, Brazil got the highest um highest population of so-called Africans, with the exception of Nigeria. So but yeah, so basically when Brazil was first take colonized, they was doing they was taking out Brazil wood, which is how they got the name of the which they got the name Brazil from the first export Brazil wood. And then later on, from about they started about 1500, they say, with the Brazil wood. And then from about 1600 to about 1700, they was picking sugar, right? They was picking sugar. And then later on, it went to from about 1700s to the 1800s, they started mining gold and diamonds. That was when that was when they um they largely started to basically import jakes from West Africa, because at the time they did have other of the indigenous northern tribe in Brazil. So it was other northern tribes in Brazil. Also, they was bringing in jakes from West Africa. Because initially, like around 1500s to the late 1600s, it was just the northern tribe there that was already at the land. And then towards like the early 1700s was when they started bringing in Jakes from West Africa. So yeah, when I try to look up into the to the culture, yeah, they was giving me all these different kind of things. Cause here what I write down. Cause when I was reading into it, like it said Brazil is a melting pot due to European domination, aka Edomites domination, and hordes of African migrants, aka Jake slaves. It's so then when I looked up into the what is it? The religion they got there. It says early domination forced Roman Catholicism on everybody when they took over. Kind of like how they gave Christianity to the Jakes in so-called America, right? So it says till this day, 64.6% of people in the land of Brazil are Catholics now, Roman Catholics, which is just probably the same amount of number they would give you, or maybe higher in America for Christianity Jakes. And then when I looked into the food, it was basically kind of similar to Jake's here. They fry chicken and various other meats in dough. When I looked into some other things like dancing, it was similar to like salsa, which we know the other northern tribes how they be getting down like that. Go back to that precept real quick. So Genesis 49:20, out of Ahshar, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. So dainties, food, delight, delicacy, pleasure. And I guess you can say they did do that in this land. They had they was mining all this sugar. I mean, they was importing all this sugar, Brazil wood, gold, diamonds, right? But that's crazy. It says damn, I gotta read this again. 4.9 million slaves were brought to Brazil from West Africa. They got 40% of people from West Africa went to Brazil. America only got 3.5% compared to the 40% that Brazil got. That's a crazy number. That's a crazy number. Oh yeah, let me see something else. Nah, I'm gonna stop it right there. But with that, I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, Bashim Rakal Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim.
Shalom Yasharala. Peace.
Peace and blessings to the Akim, pushing the truth and sincerity diligently. And shalom to the hopeful elect.